Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Modern Practical Guide to a Positive Full Life with me, your host, your go to friend. Today, we're going to talk about the third part of the core of the program. And again, I want to reiterate that by all means, listen to this as an overview of what's to come, but don't expect to be able to go through all this in the core without having finished the first two parts. The first part is about setting a foundation inside of you, and the second one is about setting habits to get you what you need to be full. So this third part is mainly, well, the first part, like I said, is about inside, and the second part is about who you want to be and becoming that so that you are full. And this third part is about others. Um, we're social beings, and it's going to seem a little contradictory what I'm going to say, but hopefully by the end of it, if you stick with me, you get the picture I'm trying to say. Um, in some ways, some people can see this as the purpose of their life now or the meaning of their life. It seems a little heavy, but I can definitely see how that can be seen as that. And if that helps you, then great, look at it that way. Um, the core this core is pretty much broken down into three parts as well. It's about listening and understanding others positively now, in an effort to love and bond with others. And that goes down to another video I'll most likely be making, and that's about how to make any interaction with anybody better. So that means you leave everybody better, because when you meet with someone, you can leave them the same, worse, or better. And this is about making sure we leave everyone better for the sake of just being good. Um, the second part here is about choosing who you can lean on and letting those people in, because we all need somebody. But doing this continuously is difficult because people will hurt you, and you have to learn from that and then let it go, distance yourself from those people, and then let more people in. But if you don't do this, you're not going to have a good foundation to lean on. And the last part is about figuring out what you love to do, what gives you fullness, and doing that for others. So let me start off with the first part. Listening to understand is something there's a video about in reference to. You don't listen to interrupt. You don't listen to say your point. You listen just to understand another individual. And if you do this, everyone just wants to be listened to. You will make more friends, because and you will understand where they're coming from, and you'll really know the type of friend they're gonna be. Um, but you have to start with the mentality of like a teacher. Instead of starting from zero, you start at 100, and every time you make a mistake or you get a point off on an exam or they prove themselves not so great, then you can adjust. But you love others to begin with, and you trust others to begin with. Now, again, don't do it blindly. Learn from your experiences. Who has proven us as good friends? And you can, if you want to set the foundation now, I encourage you to be, these are the people that are good friends. And then, but look back and write down what makes them a good friend. Is it just because they make me feel good, because I party with them? Or is it because when I was in need, they came for me? When I needed to move, they helped me. When, they're there in the difficult times, not just in the good times. And if you look at it from that mentality, you'll be able to filter through who is a good friend for you. And it's about making all this a habit. And it's, like I said, difficult. It's simple, but it's hard. But if you do it on a daily basis, it won't be so difficult. But remember, with those negative feelings, you have to process them and let them go. Because when people hurt you, a lot of times we just bottle it up. Not good. Process it, figure out what works for you. And again, this is a guide, so I can't tell you what that is for you. Listen to the video, see different examples, but you need to figure that out on your own. Um, and like I said in the first part, just make sure to make it a habit to leave others better than before they interact with you, and focus on it now. Focus on the positive now. A lot of times we're going to do it tomorrow, we're going to do it later. No, do it now. Start trying. You're going to fail, but you're going to learn and you're going to get better at it, and it's going to become a habit, and that's what we want. Because in the end, I think as human beings, we're social beings, and we just want to have a good connection with somebody. And you're not going to be able to do that if you aren't letting a lot of people in. We need to choose our friends. A lot of times people say, you can't choose your friends, but I don't believe that. I think that if you choose to hang out with a lot of cyclists, well, you're either gonna stop being friends with them or you're gonna start cycling because all they do is cycle, right? And so when you pick your friends, try to pick people that you look up to, people you want to emulate, and the more you do that, the again, they're not all going to be good friends, but the more you do that, you will be able to improve and have friends that you can support and lean on. And that brings me to this point in reference to from those interactions, you're going to be able to choose the people you want to build your support system with. You're going to let those people in, but only once they, you know, gathered enough experiences to validate that feeling that you should let them in. And you're going to focus on bonds that are one-on-one, and it's about quality, not quantity here. And you're going to have a lot of trial and error. You're going to have people who you can trust, and then people are going to just misuse that trust. But again, in the beginning, figure out who you think you can trust, but look for validation through the history. If it's not there, then I wouldn't suggest it. But you can always test it out, and this is pretty much a test. And it's not going to be perfect, but remember the 80% rule. If you feel 80% comfortable with it, then just try it because they might be good for them. Maybe you never gave them an opportunity. Um, Once you find these people, highly suggest you express appreciation. These people are rare and they're very important to you, so take the time to express that and let them know how you feel and how important they are. It's going to make that relationship better. And communication is such an important part as human beings, and that's where it stems from. But trust them. A lot of times we're scared to trust someone, even if they've been very good to us. And that's the same thing with the teacher. You know, they have a perfect score, so lean on them. It's scary, I know, but we need others. We need others to lean on. What I'm telling you here is choose those people from the best of the best who have the best track record, and they shouldn't let you down. But if they do and they hurt you, learn from that. Learn because everyone's different. So you're going to learn what you're not good at judging, and you're going to get better at that. And then you're not going to be in that scenario anymore. But again, you have to continuously do that. It's like a company. If you're only hiring during certain times, you're not going to get the best. You have to always be hiring because you never know when that amazing, great friend is going to come along that's going to be critical to whatever obstacle you might be facing in the future. Um, Now, the next part is going to be a little more complicated because it's about doing something for others for yourself. It sounds very twisted, but let me just start off by saying you don't need anything from anyone. What you're trying to do here is you're trying to find what do you enjoy, what are you good at, and this is going to be again trial and error. And this is why this is the last part because it's a lot of messing up, and you have to have the right mindset, have good habits to pick yourself up and keep going. Um, but things you can ask yourself is what do you not tire at? What do you look forward to? What are you good at? What do people always seem to want from you, or people say you're really good at? Um, Figure that out. Try something. I mean, I've had things like that, and I'm really good at it. And I love them, but I try them and they don't fulfill certain aspects, and so it's not the ideal for me. You have to figure out what's ideal for you and what that is, but it has to fulfill all those things, and it's not easy. It's going to be, like I said, a lot of trial and error. But once you find it, you do it for others, not for something they give you, but just because it's the best you can give the world, and the world is others. That's our world, right? Um, but keep in mind that this doing this is not what's giving you fullness. You have the power to give yourself fullness now, so don't confuse that. This is about meaning and feeling and the feeling of purpose. The fullness you have the power over that, or happiness, however you want to define it. You have that power. You can give it to yourself. Um, you're so again, you're doing it because it's something you love to do. It's because you're doing it because it's what makes you full. Um, And remember, it's right now is the best time to do it. Not tomorrow, not later, not when you gather that thing or do that thing or just acquire something. Do it now. Even if you can barely do it, just do it now. You're going to get better and you're going to feel better and you're not going to be wasting precious time. Because if we wait for tomorrow, always, tomorrow never comes, really. It's always just now. Um, so, in short, it's about doing this now unconditionally because you're not doing it for something other people are giving you. You're doing it with a positive mindset in a positive way, um, because it gives you meaning. And that's it. All right. If you think this video can help somebody, please forward it along. That's why I do it. Follow us on social media at Cultivita. It means cultivating life. And thanks for watching.